Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdgasm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. I am the barbarian, known as Merlin Sensei. Of course, with me, we have the warlock, known as the 12-sided guy. We have our paladin, Switch Riggs, our ranger, Mupacabra, and our special guest, the thief known as Dress Blacks. Why is the thief dressed blacks? Well, basically, he does it from behind. That makes us a wonderfully balanced party known as Nerdgasm Inc.
I'm sorry,
Nice,
I'm the
very
D12 and I'm not the barbarian?
Can't help it.
Oh, fair enough.
It's just the rules.
Me,
That was a good one.
husband.
Husband. For context,
Hello, everyone.
if you don't remember this, because I've told this story before, but there was a meme somewhere talking about how somebody was going to roll a d20 for their wedding vows, and it says somehow I roll a nat 1, and I just go, me, husband, and I punch the efficient, and I eat the ring, and that's like
As it should be.
Oh no.
Whew. It's been a week. It has been a week. Everybody's got their own stuff. There's stuff going on in America. There's just gas prices are up over $5 a gallon.
Yep, they are.
dogs and cats living together. It's mass hysteria.
Not quite, but we're getting there. Unfortunately, we're getting there, and we're getting there fast.
Hey, when the giant Twinkie shows up, you let me know. I will be there with a fork.
You know, I can only hope.
Eats a Twinkie with a fork.
A Twinkie that size?
No. If there's a Twinkie that size, you go in face first and you die
That's
like
right.
a man.
You've seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You go in on that Twinkie
The
like
oatmeal
you do
cream
that
pie?
oatmeal pie.
Mm-hmm.
Or the latest.
Yes.
Speaking of cream pie, when are you going to visit next time, Moo?
Shut up.
Or the newest
Giant
episode of The Boys. They can definitely get to that if no one else has watched
I'm not caught up. We just finished. So I was behind on Boys. I had not seen the second season. I'd seen like the first episode or two. So we spent like the last week or so rewatching the second season of The Boys so I could be caught up. So I have heard there is a giant superhero orgy because I saw a TikTok of Jensen Ackles talking about how they filmed it like during the height of COVID. And so they would be in the middle of this and like a crew member would go to pump hand sanitizer and just you'd hear, oh, fuck, as their hands were like covered in lube all of a sudden. So I have high hopes for this season.
That episode has not aired
Wonderful.
yet. I'll tell you that much.
There's so many different shows out there to watch. I mean, of course, we're going to get into Obi Wan a little bit later and talk about episode 3. Switch pointed out Ms. Marvel recently released just episode 1, or is the whole thing available? Just episode 1. Stranger Things, I still haven't caught up with, and the first half of season 4 is out.
The Orville is out.
Orville just recently came out.
Orville is out.
Yeah. Why do I think there was one other thing that I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing.
Stranger New Worlds has been fun.
That's been really good. I've actually really enjoyed that.
The Black Adam trailer.
That's what I posted earlier in the Nerdgasm Inc. Discord, but then immediately forgot to watch.
I did watch it actually.
It's got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's looking hunky as hell. So,
I mean, he always does.
True.
So, I'm a little confused by the prospect of it. I get that he's meant to be like an anti-hero of sorts. Like one of the first lines he says is, "I was a slave until I died, and I was reborn as a god." And I was like, okay.
Yeah, Black Adam, I believe
we didn't finish Moon Knight yet.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
We got sidetracked by Kenobi.
fair enough. I believe Black Adam is one of the foils to Shazam, if I'm not mistaken.
He's like the anti-Shazam.
I've still never seen Shazam.
Well, basically, in like ancient Mesopotamia or Egypt or something, he was a slave. He died. He came back as with blessings from the gods, freed a bunch of the slaves, became a hero, then became a tyrant god king.
Oh, great!
As you
you
And
do.
then died, and then
Yeah,
came
as you
back.
do.
And
Yeah.
A
I mean,
little like
absolute
Dune,
power.
oddly enough.
So.
Yeah. That's how it works.
True. Let's go ahead and dive into Obi Wan then, as long as we're on the subject of movies and all that wonderful stuff. So, Obi
on
Wan.
episode 4 at this point.
No, Merlin
No.
has not seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because
Four
I
yet.
watch it with my mom, so give me a little bit of slack.
At least you're up to date on 3.
No, we were expecting to get shit if we hadn't watched it, so we just got
We
done. with it.
literally just finished episode 4.
Episode 3. So, episode 3, Leia and Ben land on the planet Mepis, Mipus,
This?
Moop-
I don't
Lupus. It's not Lupus. Mobus.
It's
They-
an
they-
M. We just watched it.
They land on whatever planet they
Mapuzo.
land on. Mapuzo.
It's Mapuzo.
know. So
I was close on some of those. So they land, or is it the Mapuzo system?
It's Mapuzo because in the 4th episode she says something about he blankety blank 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 on Mapuzo,
Gotcha.
which is why I remembered the name.
Map-
I did that without doing spoilers. See.
So they land on Mapuzo. They're supposed to be meeting somebody. The somebody isn't there, and Obi-Wan immediately becomes super defeatist, saying, I knew it. We couldn't trust them. And it's just like, all right, dude, calm down. So then they're going to go ahead and walk to the starport, and they run across Freck, which is like a giant
That guy.
hamster-looking guy.
it's a mole.
He's like a
Mole.
he's a star-nosed mole.
Yeah.
He's a naked mole rat
Anthropomorphic
kind of guy.
star-nosed mole.
I
Yeah.
liked him.
He's okay. As you know, character looks go and stuff like that. So he's like, hey, you guys need a ride? By the way, love this Empire. And it's like, oh yeah, totally. No, Empire's cool. To which Leia says, yeah, absolutely. You know, we need to go ahead and get a ride because this is my dad and we were here visiting family and stuff like that, even though Obi-Wan specifically told her not to talk. So they get back in the truck
This
and she's
is
like,
why.
I like him. We can trust him. Spoilers, he totally stops at an Empire through gate and specifically tells the soldiers there, hey, check these guys out. I think they're fucking around. So again, Leia, excellent judge of character.
She's fucking 10, Merlin. She's 10. I spent the whole entirety of these last 2 episodes going, literally, this is why Merlin hates her. Merlin hates her because she actually does behave like a 10-year-old girl. Everything that comes out of her mouth, I'm like, I
She's one
believably.
of the most believable 10-year-olds in sci-fi.
I've
Yeah.
never seen a child actually act like a child. It's always some ridiculous, unbelievable bullshit, and
She
she
saves.
plays like an
She saves their ass in the back of the car or the truck.
True.
actual girl.
True.
Yeah, I was like,
There is one instance of which Leia does save them when Kenobi goofs up his line and calls her Leia, and then she's like, oh, that was my mother's name, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, nah, okay, we'll go ahead and let it go. And then again, Freck pulls over, says, hey, you should check these guys out. They find out that he's Obi-Wan. He shoots him and takes him out. An Imperial backup unit shows up. And I'm thinking, all right, this isn't an issue. Ben's just going to go ahead and take them out easily enough. And then he decides to surrender. And it's just like, okay, we'll go
didn't have
ahead
any
and do
tactical
that.
advantage at that point.
He had a lightsaber. I think that's enough of a tactical advantage. His cover was already blown. It's time to go all out. To which we find out the Imperial officer is actually working for the good guys. She shoots. Yes, we know. We've noticed. She shoots the stormtrooper, says, hey, I was here to meet you, but we got waylaid because reasons. Let's get out of here. They go to the local town and, try and get out of there. Even more spoilers from here on out. So
You've literally given a synopsis of the entire episode thus far. Like you're
yes,
literally
I know,
going point by.
But that's about it. That's like the first
book report,
5 minutes of the episode. So here come the major spoilers. Darth Vader and the brothers and sister crew drop down on Mapuzo. Darth Vader is walking around like a badass, like, bring me a Kenobi. And he's just like pulling people out of houses. And then some kid runs out. It's like, Papa, no. And he breaks the kid's neck with the Force, which was badass as hell. While Obi Wan and Leia and Tala are trying to get to whoever they're supposed to meet to get them off planet, a pilot or something like that. Obi Wan makes the same decision that Luke kind of does because he knows Vader's here. He's like, I need to go face him. You need to get out of here. I'm endangering the mission. So he goes back to face Vader-ish, as in look at him and then run away from Vader. While Leia, is continuing to run with Tala. Eventually, Leia turns around and is like, you need to go save him. Well, why? He's a Jedi. He should be able to take himself. I'm 10 years old and I know everything. You need to go save him. Okay, sure. Tala goes ahead, turns around to go back and help Obi-Wan. Leia continues on forwards. Reva has now found the secret entrance to the tunnels that they were going through. And has somehow used forced teleportation to teleport to the end of the tunnels, killing the pilot and cutting off Leia, whereas Tala continues backwards, misses Reva due to the forced teleportation, and then shows up just in time to show Kenobi as Darth Vader sets him on fire, ironically, or, obviously on purpose, in order to be like, ha, you set me on fire, now I'm setting you on fire.
You seem to have missed one important point, and that is the mentioning of Quinlan Voss for the first time in live action.
But they do mention Quinlan, yes.
I don't know who that is, and I don't remember part.
I thought you were going to remark on how much of a drama queen Vader is, because because he's not breathing when Obi-Wan walks up, so he found that spot and was standing there holding his breath with the lights off, because that's what the suit does.
Yeah, I've seen that. Just for the drama, yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah, Vader's always known how to make an entrance.
Yeah. One of the most famous
even when he was still Anakin.
Scenes in Matter of Speaking, which is in the comic books, unfortunately, so you don't get to see it unless you know about it, is when a complete rebel battalion, practically army, is surrounding Vader, and they're like, get down, you're surrounded. And Vader just looks at him, it's like, the only thing I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. And it's like, oh, that's badass.
So the character that you're talking about that teleports and stuff like that, she figured out that that's where they're trying to take them to Starport. It's faster to go to get there on foot outside of the tunnels than it is to get there through the tunnel. Essentially, showing that she carves her own path. It's
Well, they seem to suggest she was there herself at one point in her youth, possibly.
It's like the Jedi Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of my argument, though, is that, you've got all these tunnels and everything. They could literally go anywhere and just so happen to pick the correct direction. And I mean, you wanted to impress Vader so much, but when it came down to getting Obi-Wan, you weren't there at the exact moment when you kind of want revenge on Obi-Wan too, and you weren't there.
As one of the Quizitors told her to not engage. This is something that he wants. Period.
I guess that's fair.
Did
I'll
I
give you
miss why
that
she's
one.
got such a hate boner for
No,
Obi-Wan?
we have not yet technically discussed that. It is just theorycraft at the moment.
Okay, I thought so.
We
Wasn't
were
sure
thinking she may be one of the younglings from that very first
From the beginning
scene.
of episode 1. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
And
also
she's got kind
the
of a
theory.
senpai crush on Vader.
That's the other theory, yep.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing to notice at the end of the episode is I'm 99% sure that Vader let them save Obi-Wan, because that wall of fire was not going to stop Darth Vader. He already quenched the fire one time by himself, but he let them go. Because as much as he wants revenge on Kenobi, he knows that the rebellion is helping them, so he's trying to root out more of the rebellion, I think.
Highly possible.
I can't exactly answer that without giving away shit from the 4th episode, so.
Well,
It's true.
Yeah.
so that was the 3rd episode of Kenobi. I had a couple of questions. I didn't like a couple of the way that they did things. Still hate Leia. But overall, it was an
hate
okay
10-year-olds.
episode. I'm also not a huge fan of how they're portraying Obi-Wan. Like, I understand it, but I'm waiting for, the point where he finally re-nuts up.
I feel it's a little more relatable if you count for the fact that the animated series is canon, and therefore there's a lot of scenes that Obi-Wan kind of ignored, knowing what was coming. So I'd feel bad if I had future visions that told me Vader was going to happen, and I am the reason it happened.
Well, that's not necessary.
They said from the get-go when they started making the series that Obi-Wan would be dealing with his PTSD and stuff. So expecting him to just come out swinging in the first few episodes.
Right, and like I said, I don't like it, but I understand it,
I'm trying to figure out how they're going to drag in the Mandalorian and or Boba Fett somehow, because I'm sure there's going to be
They shouldn't, and they won't. No.
Mandalorian
This is way before. This is 30 years before Boba and Mando.
The Mandalorian probably would have been a teen, maybe early 20s at this point, because he was a child during the Clone War.
Yeah, it's near.
I guess that's true. I did forget about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this
yeah,
long
but
period of
they're
time.
going to slip in some sort of.
So Boba Fett would be in his late teens at this point as well.
I was going to say there's the small chance Boba Fett might show up.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but you never know, because, well, if anything, Boba Fett would want revenge on Mace Windu as opposed to Obi-Wan, so.
Yeah, and they're possibly.
Well, isn't the
I think at this point in his career, Boba Fett would have been working on, building his reputation as a bounty hunter, honestly. Because just from the timeline I know, he still would have been working with other bounty hunters and building that up, building up his network and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
That real snot-nosed, angry kid he was.
I think Mace Windu's been dead for a decade.
Or so you assume.
That's why I say everybody thinks Mace Windu's been dead for a decade.
Yeah. What was that, Moo?
I was being a grammar Nazi. It's fine. I'll be honest. I'm having a really difficult time because the way my sound is cutting out, I'm getting like every 3rd word from you guys.
We're getting every 4th from you.
Awesome.
Well, with that being said, Obi-Wan Kenobi, go watch the series on Disney+.
Yeah, definitely.
Wish I could have a beard like his.
Yeah.
Not to give anything not to give anything on the Miss Marvel giveaway, but the art direction that they went with, very Scott Pilgrim stuff kind of going on, and how when they're thinking or imagining something, definitely
Gotcha.
fun. Well, that's all I have to say on that without spoiling anything.
Okay.
Let's move on.
How entitled of a motherfucker do you have to be to have actively crossed state lines, killed someone, apparently legally, killed more than one person, apparently legally, and then a year or plus later say, I'm going to sue the media?
Look, I was told everything was on the up and up with that.
It's in the news right now. Is the murderer Kyle Rittenhouse again?
Oh, this fucking...
After
Who has
Texas A&M
vowed-
told him, no, you're not coming here.
Who has vowed to make the media pay by calling him a murderer when he is, in fact, a murderer. He may have been acquitted of the charges, but that doesn't mean he's not a murderer. I mean, legal. But Kyle Rittenhouse has now vowed to make all media pay for defaming his name. Yes, it's the media's fault. Clearly.
Because he's a straight white cis male and we've wronged him.
Exactly.
His life is so difficult.
Like I said, how entitled of a motherfucker do you have to be?
Well, look at how people have pushed him to be even more entitled since he murdered 2 people.
Yeah.
You know, they've done a GoFundMe for him to help him with his legal problems, and they've made him a hero of CPAC and the other little get-togethers they have.
Fucking ridiculous. The only good thing recently that I've heard about that whole fucking time of U.S. history is that some of the Proud Boys are actually going to get jail time.
Yeah, they've actually been found guilty of sedition.
Yeah.
Which is
Woo.
a really hard charge to actually
Get to
somebody
stick,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. And it includes Tario.
I feel like I would put that on my resume.
Sedition?
Guilty, yeah, sedition.
Yeah. Just depends on what you're applying for, but yeah. I definitely would put that on my resume if I was applying at 7-Eleven.
I was going to say, unfortunately, in 2 years-ish or something like that, when unfortunately Trump gets reelected, you can go ahead and put it there when you're applying for the White House, job. Hey, you remember January? Look, sedition, I was there. You're hired. You're now treasurer of the entire United States.
Joint Chiefs of Staff. I really want to believe that it's not going to happen. I do. I really want to believe that we're not headed back in that direction, but I really think that's what's going to happen. I don't want it to be, but
I don't think he'll get back in office, honestly. I think somebody's going to manage to nail him with something that will prevent him from...
I don't.
If he tries to run, it's going to be the implosion of the Republican Party.
I don't know.
You can only hope. But honestly, not even the majority. X amount of Americans were stupid enough to vote him in the first time that, considering the way the Republican Party is manipulating everything that's been going on since Biden's been in office, not to say he's a good president, don't get me wrong, but there is major Republican manipulation to make it look like everything is Biden's fault.
Well, somebody talked about there's just the thing about how they were trying to pass something to help with the gas prices.
Yeah, it's
and
like
every
no price
Republican
gouging,
turned
and the
it down.
Republicans were like,
No,
I like price gouging.
And that's what somebody's like, why would they do that? And it's like, well, if you could blame everything on the current president, wouldn't you also vote?
And if many members of your party are actually profiting by it while they're at it.
Exactly. Affordable health care? No. Why should we do that? Our healthcare is free because we're rich. We're, of course, going to fuck the taxpayers.
Listen, I'm really pissed at our healthcare. You wanna know? Okay, first of all, I
Uh-oh,
miss
what have
Dr.
I
Hot
done?
Dentist. I miss Dr. Hot Dentist so much. I had to go see this new guy. He's a dick, and I hate him. I don't like it at all. You want to know what this is going to cost to fix?
5,000.
No. That's way too low.
Keep going.
17 grand.
$11,000. 1 and 3 zeros. $11,000.
That's because teeth are luxury bones. You don't need those
That's
for
exactly
anything.
what I said. And that's what the guy goes, well, that tooth it's going to have to be pulled. I don't understand why you didn't take care of this before. And I'm
It'd be
like,
a lot cheaper for us to just take a vacation to Mexico, get all the work done there, pay it in full in cash.
I told you, just hit me in the face with a big rock. We will knock down a little old lady with a small mouth. I will steal her dentures. It'll be fine.
Gonna cast away
I'm
part of
kidding,
this.
though?
No, there are people
Yeah.
who actually do this.
There's-
They leave the country to get medical
Do they
care.
really?
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
There's
So
excellent
much
dentists in
cheaper.
Mexico that, my mom used to go to Mexico when we lived in El Paso to get her dental work done. Usually cost her about $150 a trip.
No fucking way.
You can ask
Go
her.
to doctors.
This is the most ridiculous thing on the planet.
In fact, I was just reading a story about somebody who went to Turkey to get dental work done because it was going to cost her like $6,000 to get it done in the States. Her family was traveling to Turkey anyways. She was like, oh, hey, I'm going to tag along and I'm going to pay $120 for my dental work.
How
And
much is
just-
dentistry
the rest,
in the great?
the rest of the
Great
trip
White
cost her
North,
like
well?
$1,400. So for less than $2,000, she got over $6,000 worth of dental work done and got to spend a week with her family in Turkey.
All right, everybody. All right, hold on. What
So
we just
who wants
need
to go to
do-
Mexico, get some dental work done? We'll group on it.
But say I need some too. But just everyone in the Nerdgasm family, let's just get a house in a different country and just let's go.
I
Well,
don't think
I
we
vote
can
We're
afford that
invading
even.
you.
Or
Placencia, Belize.
New-
It's beautiful.
or New
I'm already in
Zealand.
a different country, so
Yeah, let's say we're gonna come into U12 to start with. We'll take over the entire apartment. Your landlady will be happy with all the money and free healthcare. Sound plan? Ready? Break.
honestly, with some of the other tenants, she'd be like, regular income without the problems. Yes, please.
That's one
Wait,
thing.
it's insane.
I'm sorry. I have
like-
something about finding a new place because I have to move here in the next month and a half. It is insane to find a place that will take you. And the reason I say that is because first one that I went to, I didn't make enough money. I didn't make 4 times the amount that they want. I was like, oh, okay. Second person, you make too much money with the 2 people that are making income. I'm like, wait, what? I can cover the bill and everything, but they want me to under, with the pair of us that are moving, under $51,000 a year.
So that way they can get a tax write-off for helping, not the destitute, but that's the only word coming to mind.
Yeah.
So we're stuck in this bracket where we're $2,000 over the amount, but everything else that they want us to be able to buy is $1,000 plus a month, and we're like, we can't afford that. But everything we can afford is like you have to make less money. I'm like, but wait. Hopefully we can get somewhere. But it's like
We've
really?
been house hunting for a little while now, and first of all, the logistics of trying to do it has been hilarious, right? Because when you go to talk to people for a mortgage, they're like, so you two are married? And we're like, separately. We're married separately. I'm going through a divorce. He's married. And they're like the guy's like, okay, well, I just need you to know his wife's going to have to sign off on this. Like, I would hate for you guys to go through this whole process. And I was like, oh,
No. We're
no.
dating as well.
This isn't like a shady thing. I said, that's my boyfriend. That's my girlfriend. We all know about this. He's like, oh, okay. You do you.
Yeah, we need a bigger bedroom.
Like was super cool about it, right?
And
he's
the
like, yeah,
separate
we'll do
office
this.
for the computer.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll get such and such set up, and then I'll hook you up with a realtor. And I said, okay, well, I need to be honest with you. Like, clearly our family structure is neither common nor conventional in this day and age. Is your realtor going to be cool with that? And he was like, well, they best be, or they're not going to be my realtor no more. And I was like, all right, cool.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I know, right? He's like, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it's none of their business. So, but the logistics of trying to find, we need at least 4 bedrooms, right? Because older kiddo,
Yeah, at least 4.
older kiddo, floof, my kiddos, and then the grown-up bedroom. So minimum of 4 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms and something we can convert. Trying to find something in between the 2 places where we work. The problem is exactly what's smack dab in the middle is like one of the most expensive areas. There's nothing under $400,000.
And actually, we have to triangulate it because where we work and where the girls stay with their dad, we have to balance all 3 points.
Hey, you want to buy this house?
This is
That
not.
Going off and on.
Does not qualify.
that
You're an
fucks
hour
so
in the
many
wrong
things, yeah.
direction. We've already talked about that.
I know.
And it's too bad because I have a friend in S-Town that recently got their realtor's license. So if you were in the area, I could be like, these are my friends, hook them up.
But it's really frustrating when you start going into the minutia of trying to understand this, because there are some really weird rules. Like a perfect example. So we go to try to apply for this mortgage and the guy goes, your student loans are in default. And I went, nobody's student loans are in default. That's the thing that they did over the pandemic. They fixed that. And so first of all, I had to figure out who had my student loans, because it was Sally Mae, which then became Navient, which then became whatever the fuck has them now. Found the company. I had to be like, the fuck, bro? And they're like, oh yeah, there's like a form that you didn't fill out and turn in. And I mailed it in and I'm like, I'm 99% sure I've actually done this already, but whatever, So they're like, okay, well, great. Within 10 days, we should have this sorted out. But it's this ridiculous thing where they're like, well, we really only need one of you to do this. It'll probably hurt if 2 of you are on the mortgage. And it's like, but we make more money that way. How does that hurt? Like, how does that make any sense? And they're like, well, we don't want to, if we put your name on there before you're divorced, he could try to take the house in the divorce. And I was like, he damn well better not try to take my new house in the divorce that he had fuck all to do with, because he had the Lion, the Witch, and the audacity to say to me, and normally I don't mention this on here, but I'm a little outraged about it. Well, I can't believe you're still there. I would have thought you would have moved somewhere else by now. Bitch, I rebuilt my life in 6 months. Like,
You did.
Like, so I that's been so remarkably frustrating. And so then as we go now into this new thing to like try to look into, how do we find a house that suits our needs? We have seen just some of the weirdest fucking houses on like old shit that I didn't like. One house was almost entirely wood paneling.
Wow.
All the wood paneling.
But like real wood paneling, not like the shitty trailer paneling.
Like the whole
was
house.
cool.
It was, but I was like, this is a lot of paneling. Like, it's a lot. Or like a lot of, some of them was like, just needs a little TLC. And I'm like, 3 of the walls in this room are torn down to the studs. This is not a little TLC. Like, one of the houses we stopped at, and because we were like, oh great, like in the pictures online it doesn't look occupied, right? So we pull over and I'm like traipsing through the front yard. Well, okay, so here's part of the problem, and I blame Titmouse for this. I saw a blue jay on the for sale sign, and I took that as a good sign because birds. And so I'm like wandering around in this yard and I call the number on the sign and I'm like, hi, and the guy answers and just goes, hello? And I said, yes, is this the realty company? And he's like, what? And I'm like, this number is on a realtor sign. I was calling about this property off of Route 14. And he's like, what? And I'm like, does this guy not understand that he put his phone number on? And like, I was like, well, we just happen to be in the area. And I noticed there's a lockbox on the door. And I have been to places before where they're like, oh yeah, we'll just give you the code. Just see yourself in, look around, and then lock up when you're done. And he's like, oh no, there's somebody living there right now. And I was like, So why doesn't it say tenant occupied? Like, that's the other big thing that we keep running into is almost all the houses that are for sale that suit our size needs are occupied. It's people selling them to like landlords, to other landlords to deal with.
Of course.
And it's like tenant occupied until such and such date. And it's like, well, that doesn't do me any fucking good.
Yeah.
Because you have pretty specific switch. You have pretty specific parameters for where you're allowed to live too, don't you?
2 different counties. That's it. So yeah, it's a fight there, but thankfully the house that we're looking at can
Mhm.
accommodate what we're looking for. And we just need to fill out the paperwork essentially and say we're good to go. I just want something that maybe costs a little less that we
Yeah.
can live in versus $1,000 a month, which is possible for us with what we make, but it is gonna be tight essentially. With
Yeah.
You want the
sure.
wiggle room.
I want some wiggle room in there if I can. And hopefully this place comes through and approves us because I'd like to have an extra $200 or $300 on top of what we already budgeted out.
For emergencies or whatever. Yeah.
Emergency, anything, just anything.
Yeah.
Are
So
you trying to buy or are you trying to rent?
just rent at the current moment. There's nothing to buy there.
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's the beauty of rentals that I didn't think about until I owned my own house is that when shit breaks, it's not your problem.
It's true.
I
find that very weird personally because I'm so used to fixing my stuff myself. So I'm gonna have to realize that. But we should get on to the Geeky Wiki.
Geeky Wiki time.
Chew,
Well,
I'm on task. Way to go, Switch.
Choo back.
real quick though, Switch.
Yes.
Anything good releasing soon?
No. Let's continue on.
All right. Geeky Wiki then. Starting with Sunday, June 12th. It's not what it sounds like, but Sunday, June 12th is Child Labor Day, which is, I believe, calling attention to the fact that some places still have child labor and to, have it not be that way.
It's not for having your kids mow the lawn and
No.
maybe manufacture
Not from the looks of
cheap
this
Chinese
picture.
style toys.
No. It's also International Falafel Day, National Jerky Day, National Loving Day. I believe I told you the sneaky peeky was National Peanut Butter Cookie Day because that is Sunday, June 12th. It's also National Red Rose Day, Philippines Independence Day, Race Unity Day, Raggedy Ann and Andy Day, Trinity Sunday, National Flag Week, Scleroderma Awareness Week. Scleroderma.
Yeah, you said it right.
And the birthday of Dave Franco and Adriana Lima. Lima? She's a
Lima.
model. I don't know.
She's a Victoria's Secret angel.
Aha. Monday, June 13th, Eat Flexitarian Day. So go eat those flexitaries. No, a flexitarian is, I'm assuming, somebody that eats almost everything. Like, you can go ahead and eat vegan one day, but then you can go ahead and eat omnivorous, and then you can go ahead and have keto. Be flexible. I don't know. Holy Spirit Monday, International Albinism Awareness Day.
It's like flexible vegetarian is essentially what it means for. It's meat from time to time, but primarily vegetarian diet.
See, that's what I said. International Community Association Managers Day, National Kitchen Klutzes of America Day, National Sewing Machine Day, National Weed Your Garden Day. That means go out and pull the weeds, not go out and plant the weeds in your garden. Wink,
I
wink.
mean,
Random Acts of Light Day, World Softball Day, National Clay Week, National Little League Baseball Week, National Men's Health Week, and the birthday of Steve-O and Mary Kate Olsen. Not Ashley, though.
just Mary Kate Olsen. Fuck Ashley Olsen.
Maybe she is a day later. Maybe they were in that labor cusp that can last X amount of time between twins.
Well, shouldn't we find out in just a second?
Exactly. Tuesday, June 14th.
That would be really shitty if they didn't, though. If they were just like, happy birthday to Mary Kate Olsen. Fuck her
We just
sister.
prefer you.
June 14th is the Army Birthday, Flag Day, International Bath Day, Monkey Around Day, National Bourbon Day, National Call Your Doctor Day, National Forklift Safety Day, National New Mexico Day, National Pop Goes the Weasel Day, National Strawberry Shortcake Day, World Blood Donor Day, and the birthday of Lucy Hale and Zuyu, which is
See, no Ashley Olsen.
no Ashley Olsen.
Fuck her.
Apparently, fuck her. We'll assume that was on Monday, possibly. Wednesday, June 15th, Beer Day Britain, National Bug Busting Day, National Megalodon Day, National Smile Power Day, National Photography Day, Sneak a Kiss, which Dress Blacks and Moo are constantly doing, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and the birthdays of Ice Cube and Courtney Cox. Thursday.
They are, in fact, both born on the same day.
Well,
The birthday of Icy Cox.
Thursday, June 16th, Bloomsday, Corpus Christi, Fresh Veggies Day, International Day of Family Remittances, International Day of the African Child, National Bloomsday. Oh no, one is Bloomsday and then National Bloomsday on the same day. I don't know why they have it separate. National Fudge Day, as in the food, and Art Basil Day.
Busy being delicious.
Not to mention Tupac's birthday and the birthday of Phil Mickelson. Friday, June 17th, Bunker Hill Day, Global Garbage Man Day, Iceland Independence Day, National Apple Strudel Day, that's apple strudel, not apple streusel. National Dump the Pump Day, which is supposed to be don't buy gas that day, and it never works because everybody buys gas that day. National Eat Your Vegetables Day, National Flip Flop Day, as in the footwear, National Stewart's Root Beer Day, interesting, I might have to indulge, and National Take Back the Lunch Break Day. Not to mention
It's
the birthday.
also. Go ahead.
Not to mention the birthday of Paulina Rubio, Lisa Mantler, and
Dress Blacks.
Dress Blacks' birthday,
Yay.
June 17th. Finally, Saturday, June 18th, International Panic Day, as well as International Picnic Day, International Sushi Day. Oh, can we go to Sushi Bomb Moo?
On Saturday?
Yeah, I want sushi.
Oh,
Well, she can't go. I'll go with you.
It's also National Cherry Tart Day, National Go Fishing Day, National Splurge Day. See, Sushi Day, Splurge Day, come on. Sustainable Gastronomy Day, Wear Blue Day, World Juggling Day, and the birthday of Blake Shelton and Josh Dunn.
Yeah.
Sunday, June 19th, your sneaky peeky, geeky weeky, geeky sneaky peeky weeky, is National Garfield the Cat Day.
It's also Father's
Sonya.
Day, so say happy birthday to your daddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy Father's Day. I got really stuck on daddy and my brain blanked out. I admit it. I'm man enough to admit it.
And that is your geeky weeky and your sneaky peeky. So let's go on to the gasm. Now, I have one very small thing for the gasm portion, and before anyone gets excited, it is not what you're thinking of, Switch.
Oh, you should tell him
Just
that one.
Just a very small thing. What? There's something else?
And it's not too erotic. But what do you... Let me ask you a question, Moo. And if you already know where I'm going with this, don't spoil it, okay?
Okay.
But what country do you think of when you think of probably the most romantic country in the world?
France.
Good answer. Good answer.
Paris.
France. We'll go with France.
Yeah.
We just want the country right now.
Okay.
Where do you think is probably the most magical place in the world?
Oh, I know what you're gonna talk about.
Disneyland or
These
Disney World.
motherfuckers. Disneyland Paris. These bitches.
Imagine that you've asked a member of staff, hey, I want to propose to my girlfriend in
Yep.
front of the magical French Disney castle. And that staff member says, absolutely, go for it with our blessing.
And then
you
someone
do it,
swoops in
and
like a goddamn
someone
crow. Yep.
to tell fucking
Fucking Todd
Ryan over there, and he runs in and is like, no, get off. It's like,
swoops in,
What?
grabs that ring, and keeps right on. I saw
That's
that
right.
video.
that dude is lucky he did not go out in an ambulance, because I would have fucking decked him. Be like, A, you ruined this moment. B, you're fucking running off with my ring.
Yeah. I'm interested to see, because Disneyland Paris was like, oh, we apologize. Like, we want to issue an apology and we do intend to make it right. Bitch, they better be getting like Cinderella's Castle Suite honeymoon bullshit for something like that. Like, if you take the time ahead, like, I can see it'd been different if they just went for it, right? If they just got up on the stage and did it. But you have permission ahead of time, and fucking Todd swoops in like a
Right.
crow going after something
And that's
shiny.
the thing that ticked me off, because at first I was like, that's not a good move for Todd to swoop in like that, but I get it. But then
Mhm.
knowing that the proposer had already asked, a member of like
Mhm.
management
member.
if this was okay or something.
Forever and a day ago, actually, when we booked our honeymoon at Disney, you note on your form that it's a honeymoon, like we were there for a honeymoon, right? We go in and we get to our room, and I specifically said like a king size bed. We pull it, it's 2 full-size beds. I go back down to the desk, I go, excuse me, it's my honeymoon. I would like a big girl bed. Well, we really can't guarantee. No. This is my honeymoon. I'm gonna fuck. Please give me the big girl bed. Like, and they ended up having to move us to a completely different resort. So we could, or no, I apologize. They moved us to a different sector of the resort. We were at All Star Movies, and we were supposed to be in a 101 Dalmatians room. And they had to move us to a Mighty Ducks room, which I was really pissed about because I don't like Mighty Ducks. And then I got to the room and I found out it was Mighty Ducks, the animated series. And I was like, okay, fuck, I'm fine with this now. I loved that cartoon so much. But yeah, fuck Disney.
While we're talking
I love
about
them, but
Disney,
fuck
though,
Disney.
a couple of things to keep in mind of urban legends that are not true anymore, at least. If you somehow manage to plan it all out and give birth to your child while within a Disney resort, that child and you will not receive lifetime passes. I'm sorry. That is
That's
just
correct.
an urban legend. Also, if you show up in inappropriate attire, they no longer give you a free t-shirt to cover up. They will ask you to purchase a souvenir t-shirt or ask you to leave, which I think is completely appropriate.
Yeah. Also, if your child takes off their shoe and throws it, they will not let you have your child stand with one shoe on, even if they're meeting Stitch, who steals left shoes. You will be required to either hold your child the entire time or purchase shoes. Good luck finding shoes in toddler sizes in Disney World.
Interesting.
Okay. Now, one thing.
Thank you, Squish. Thank you, Squish.
One urban legend that I don't know about is the urban legend of seeing a costumed mascot with their head off.
No, you don't. They don't do that. It's next to impossible for that to happen.
That's what I'm
Having a
saying.
medical emergency.
Like
Yeah.
actual legitimate medical emergency, and even then they really don't.
Yeah.
They take that very seriously.
Well, that's why, there is the urban legend of if you happen to catch one with their head off, and it potentially traumatizes your child because Goofy is just some white guy or black guy or Filipino guy or girl.
It's probably going to be a woman most of the time.
Yeah.
There's a very specific height for the costume characters.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Also, be respectful to Gaston.
Yeah. People really were shitty to him.
Just because he is a bad guy does not mean he is a bad guy. And to be completely fair, he may be a meat-headed himbo, but theoretically he kind of had the best interest of Belle. It's just that the time
That's
frame...
horse shit. He did not have the best interests of Belle. No, not even a little bit. Don't you
Not
fucking...
even any
a
iteration.
woman starts getting ideas and thinking that came out of his mouth, and you're going to try to tell me this bitch had Belle's best interest at heart?
Well, you know, it was the 1200s.
No, lick my ass. He's a dick.
But he's not necessarily a bad guy.
No, he's a bad guy. He's the worst kind of... That's fuck Gaston. Ah!
50 minutes at the
Yeah.
Scream.
Also, at
Sorry.
Switch's request, I had a dream in it where Switch was fucking Afy from behind and she was sucking my dick.
What? Does it have to be Yumu?
Oh, it doesn't me, but I fucking volunteered for this shit. God damn it, guys.
Sorry, we got too busy
Ah.
on resin printers and the other second half of the dream. You were next.
Thanks. I don't know what to talk about for the gasm portion, guys. I don't know. I just don't know. Do you have anything interesting?
I've just been working, so
I've just been working.
Just been working all this
You
time.
don't have a topic that we could talk about? You don't have something
have a-
sexy that...
I have a new toy.
You have... Okay, nope.
there we go.
There you go. Haven't got to play with them yet, but they are actually nipple rings of sorts that don't require a actual piercing.
Clamp of sorts.
Yeah, it's a clamp. Essentially, you adjust them outwards, and then
It's like a thumb screw.
yeah. and
Yeah,
then
I was
slowly
gonna say,
go
yeah,
in.
I
Unfortunately-
like these, and I've seen these as an engagement ring
I
of
bet you-
sorts, where you can get.
I bet you could use that on a clip too.
Yeah, and then there are little bell ones. I don't know. But they're.
I'm intrigued by these.
We will try them out as
Well,
soon as
so
possible.
they-
Unfortunately, they came out. They got to my house one day late. Be able to
Boo.
play with them.
They have a piece that can screw on the remark of the using them on the clit. It's just a little pearly piece that hangs there and bounces against the clit whenever movement happens, right? So the
I've
clamp sits there and the
I've seen a bead like that. That's kind of literally like a metal circle with the bead that swings, and it's made almost like a G string to sit right there. But yeah, I wondered about that.
Yeah. But as soon as I can get to Bunny again, which will probably be very soon due to the situation, definitely get those tested out.
It's really neat.
Yeah. And I can,
We'll have
can
to hear
always
a
find
review
her.
after they've been used.
Most
You can
definitely.
always find it.
She's turning red right now. Listen to this. I know it. But yeah, that's the
What-
one little thing I
We
got
actually-
recently.
Also have a new toy that we didn't get to use yet. It's up on the shelf. It should be right up there on the second. Nope. Excuse me. Pardon my ass, guys. Oh, it's not where I thought it was.
While we
Well,
wait
fuck
for
me.
them to get back, our video on sex position is doing very good. Well, you should go check it out.
These ones.
the number of people I've had ask me since then about the double-sided doggy.
What is those? What are those? Oh, got some beads.
Anal
We haven't
beads.
gotten to try them yet.
They're soft.
But they're silicone, but they're surprisingly hard for silicone. Like, some of these are really big, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this one kind of makes me nervous. It's pretty big around. Like, I mean, I can close my fingers around it, but it's still like, this one is not bad. I feel like you could get that in with not too much trouble. But like, there's a lot there. Like I can't actually even get it all in the frame at once. And I have concerns about how this all fits.
Yeah.
Because even like smushed together, that's bigger than anything I've taken before. So
It moves around
But
though.
it's got a ring, so you can pull it like you're starting a chainsaw.
no, that is not
Like
what you do.
No,
Like a
Dude,
that
Beyblade.
sounds
Pull
painful.
anal beads like you're starting a push mower. Please don't. I really feel like this is the kind of thing you need to make sure you have discussed with your partner beforehand. Please do not just vroom these things out of them because you're going to get a fucking rude awakening.
Yeah.
Some people are into that, but it's been my experience those are generally also the ones that are into prolapsing. So
That scares the fuck out of me. I
can see that.
It makes me so genuinely uncomfortable. Some of the gaping videos scare the fuck out of me because that's what I'm afraid. I'm like, you're gonna turn inside out. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna turn inside out right here in front of me, and I'm not gonna know what to do, and I'm not gonna know how to put it back inside, and you're going to die with your butt on the floor.
Yeah, don't look up colored breakfast pastries.
I googled blue waffles. I googled
Why did
it
you
because
say
I'd
it out
never
loud?
I googled it because I'd never seen it before, and I can't find it. Whatever it is, it doesn't show up anymore.
It's because now there's actual blue waffles. Actual blue waffles.
Yeah, there are. They're like unicorn or mermaid waffles because my kids
Mermaid, I
asked for
wanna
them,
say.
and I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable buying you blue waffles.
Well,
Coming soon, the new Mermaidicorn waffles.
I mean, depending on where you put the horn.
From our good friends,
You look like your mom
at
fucked a
hashtag
narwhal.
not sponsored Bad Dragon.
Uh-oh.
There are now official Bad Dragon wall scrolls. Some of them look absolutely just cute and dapper and daring and fantastic. And of course, they put the fox and the bunny together because everybody thinks of Zootopia. And you could lightweight say, "Oh yeah, this is fan art of Zootopia's." What are their names? And no one would be the wiser.
Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps.
That's right.
I've never actually
also-
seen that movie all the way through, but
You haven't?
no, I've never seen it all the way
Is
through.
a new penile masturbator.
There is. I saw that.
Her name is Celine, and she is an Egyptian cat. I
Oh.
believe
That's what it
specifically-
was.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's specifically like what do they call it? A serval? Serval? I
Yeah.
don't know
Serval?
if that's Egyptian necessarily.
No, a serval.
No.
It's like kind of ocelot-ish, sort of. It's a little bigger than like a standard cat.
No.
Yes, it is. We used to have 11th generation server.
I'm sorry, Bad Dragon, but the artwork for this merch is a little amateurish, in my opinion.
Well, I think that's kind of the point.
That's why they're bad dragon and not good dragon.
I mean, I like some of them. I think they're cute.
I'm not saying they're not cute, but I mean, for just it's like for merch.
Your kiddo could draw better than that.
Well,
They could do a better job.
They have play mats.
yeah, I saw that too. Feline fantasy.
Oh yeah, there's
What's a playmat?
for cards, Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
cards.
Oh, I thought it was like a.
It's a giant mouse pad essentially.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
It can be.
I
used
thought
as
you meant like a
giant
playmat,
mouse
like
No,
it's waterproof and
Aha.
kind of, you know.
no, sorry.
So, get
Something
me
you
flame mats.
stick your dragon dick to.
But,
Oh god. Okay, I have to tell this story. So, I had to stop at one of the desks today at work to talk with somebody, and I've been going through and doing my like getting to know you meetings, right? I know a lot of people already here. I'm not unfamiliar. But I was telling a story today about I forget how it came up, but we were talking about some of the strange things that housekeeping has found. And she brought up a housekeeper telling a story about how she went in to clean in a shower and there was a dildo just stuck to the wall. And she's like, it's been a while since this happened. I forget who told this story. And I was like, I'm like just going, compose your face, because I did that.
I was gonna say, that was your
110%.
dildo.
I left a dildo stuck to the wall in the shower because I wasn't used to housekeeping coming in to clean because I didn't normally live in that building. And the building I lived in, housekeeping didn't come clean your stuff. I left one stuck to the wall. And she told that story today, and I was like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh. And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Shit.
Bad Dragon has house scarves now, like Harry Potter.
Oh,
They've got a lot of merch now. I mean, that
Yes, they
isn't
do.
like anything to fuck yourself with.
well. And that's the thing.
Oh,
Like,
You
like
can
I
fuck
said,
yourself
you-
with anything if you try hard enough.
Oh, I don't know.
These
These Bad Dragon
owls.
plushes, those look like they're going to be kind of hard to fuck
No.
yourself with.
Some of those are like,
could rub
if
against
you know, you know. But otherwise, it's like, oh, that looks nice. It's like, yes.
I guarantee you there are
Yes.
plenty of girls that their first masturbatory experience was rubbing their clit against a stuffed animal or a pet.
Oh, I'm not arguing the point. They even have Bad Dragon RPG dice now.
You could, I'm saying you could fuck that stuffed animal.
And instead of
Mhm.
playing cards, I see. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of stuff.
So, Bad Dragon, hashtag we're not sponsored, but hashtag if you wanted to sponsor us.
We will also do
I've heard
tests and
some-
reviews.
I've
Hmm.
heard some interesting things though
She's
about
got a
the
list.
company.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Enlighten us,
Wow.
12.
Well, so allies
business
in
practices?
the well, from what I hear, yes, they are shitty people who aren't big fans of the LGBTQ plus community. Weirdly enough, I was
But-
like, but they, yeah, I know. I was like, but don't take my word on it. Look, do your own research. Obviously,
True. Always do your own research.
As I see
Take
the
everything
pride,
said to you with a grain of salt.
as I see the pride, stickers go by.
Right, that's
well,
the
like
thing, though.
Disney, right?
But it's Pride Month, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's
True.
not support, it's marketing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just looking at the Happy Kitty.
Ow!
Wow.
Oh,
Me-
not happy
well.
anymore.
Kitty, not so happy.
I just want pets, but only 3, and then I bite.
right.
Yep.
I think that with the unhappiness of a pussy in need, unfortunately, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode. So always remember to gently pet your pussy. Otherwise, it will get angry. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching and joining us wherever you happen to join us, whether we're streaming, TikToking, YouTubing, or doing whatever. We appreciate you.
And
And as much
Snapchat.
as we appreciate you, make sure that you appreciate yourself and appreciate each other and be excellent to each other.
Enjoy yourselves and love yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Give yourselves grace. Dress Black's mom actually shared this today, and I'm going to go ahead and say someone out there is holding their breath, waiting for you to fail. Make sure they suffocate.
It's
Nice.
perfectly okay to use lube.
That's what you transition to. Make sure they suffocate. It's okay to use lube.
I mean, it
Uh,
is.
I don't know.
You'd be surprised how
No.
many people get weirded out by the use of lube.
It's just a tool like anything else, if you think about it.
Very true. And guess what, everybody? Stay naughty and realize that Merlin did not complain about Pokemon Unite.
That's next week.
Just laugh.
They haven't fucked up anything yet. Until next time, dear listeners, dear viewers, dear friends, we will go ahead and talk at you later. Bye for now.
Bye, friends.
Bye.